Welcome back to the Full Court Press podcast. I'm your host, Brian Joyner, and today I think we're going to break down what's going on with the Spurs and their guard rotation, what's going to happen when Fox gets back. Then we'll step into team breakdowns, and then lastly we'll talk about ballers and fallers, kind of a new segment. We're gonna stick around. It's going to stick around, I think,
Oh yeah,
weekly.
yeah, one of
Um,
many.
yeah, joining me as always is Ben. How you doing, Ben?
I'm good, man. I feel like we need some air horns to get us started off. Just right off the bat until we get this intro music figured out.
Got to figure it out. Got to figure something out here. Um, but yeah, so let's just jump right into it. The Spurs have a very interesting roster. I mean, Victor Wembanyama is absolutely killing it.
Yeah,
But outside of him, their guard rotation is fascinating because Castle and Harper, they're playing awesome. You know, Harper had a few. You know, he's a rookie, so he had a tough game or so, but he feels like he's getting back into it and feels like he's playing with confidence. He has a 20-point game. You know, I think it's 10 assists. I think he might have had a double on that last game they played. Um, but he's playing great. It's just kind of interesting what they're going to do. Fox is scheduled to come back beginning of November, maybe a couple weeks into November. Do you think that he just takes over one of their minutes? And who is it?
yeah. No, I think that's a good thing we're breaking it down because I'm kind of looking at trades and fantasy as well to see any of those guys I might like. But I mean, I do think obviously Fox coming back. I'd say probably second week in November just to be safe. So we got another 2 weeks of kind of just watching Harper and Castle battle it out a little bit, which honestly I think it's worked out pretty well for Harper so far. Because I was kind of anticipating, obviously we knew Fox was going to be out, but before he was known to be out, I was kind of anticipating them delaying Harper's, you know, 29 to 30 minutes towards later in the year, which nicely we've seen just about 29 minutes a night from him, which is, pretty much a starter slash first, second guy off the bench type minutes. So I think that's only helped them probably rest of season, especially starting off. I think they're 4-0 now, so they're building up some wins for a tougher stretch down the road. But
Yeah.
I'm pretty optimistic that once Fox comes back, I think he'll probably play 30 to 35, probably closer to 35, and then I think it'll really just depend on who's playing better. Honestly, do you have any strong preference over Castle or
Oh,
Harper so far?
I think it'll be Castle starting. I think.
Yeah,
I mean, Fox is a great defender, but he tends to rest on that end of the floor. I mean, he's in great shape, but like he that's where he tends to kind of catch his breath as he goes down and carries an offensive load,
mm,
which I think he will. I think they're gonna ease him back in because these point guards are playing well, but Castle is a better defender than Harper is right now,
yeah,
and he's got a year of experience, and you know he's averaging 18, 6, and 4 right now with a steal. So like I don't see how you take him out of the rotation. I mean, out of the starting lineup, um, and then you kind of can pull back on Wimby and let Fox kind of work himself in and then take over. You know, let Wimby's usage go down a little bit. So I think that's kind of where I see them going. And yeah,
yeah. No, I think I agree. The only question mark I have with Castle is his field goal percentage and his free throw percentage, which looking at him up
yeah,
here,
not good. Well,
career he's shooting 43%, which is last year and this year. And this
mm,
year he's already starting at 52, so he's kind of bumped that up a little bit, which is
yeah,
good to see that improvement. But free throw wise, he's at 57 on the year, and his career is only 71, which for a
yeah.
guard you'd like it to be a little bit higher. But again, those are kind of ticky tack points as far as what may limit him. But I think in a rotation where they're going to need a guy to play 30 minutes consistently and not necessarily score. If they've got Fox out there, they've got Wemby and a couple other role players that may get some looks. I'm not thinking they're going to need a huge score unless, to me, Castle might be more of the six man that they bring off the bench to score when Fox is out.
Yeah, the only thing I push back on there is that Castle Vassell is going to be that second unit scorer.
Okay.
Vassell and Johnson. I don't think they need a secondary like a bench scorer to come off the. You know, they need a perimeter defender,
Mm-hmm.
and yes, Fox has career wise been a good defender, but he like I said, I think they're going to want to put somebody who's strictly you're the defensive guy, and I think Castle's going to be that over a Harper or Vassell. Definitely not Vassell.
Yeah, definitely not Vassell. You may be right. He may be more the scoring option, and they just have Castle put up shots while he's in with Fox.
The
So
only
we'll
thing
have to
about
see how they
Castle,
gel.
the only thing I do worry about Castle is his 3-point percentage is not great. He's under 30% right now. I think it's 29, but Harper's not any better. Harper's like 33, so it's a little bit better, but not much. And,
Yeah.
and his 2-point percentage is 47. So I don't see that. That's where I'm like, their offensive abilities aren't that different. It's
hmm
just the defensive side of things, and I think they'd rather have. They're not going to have Harper be their perimeter, defender, over Castle. I think.
Yeah, and they've got enough big bodies, I think, to where Harper would still be guarding the guards, even though he's what 6'6".
Yeah, 6'6",
So
Well,
they've
they
got
list him 6'5", but
okay, yeah. So they've got enough big guys that are going to guard the 3 through 5. So he'd probably be somewhere on a 2, which
yeah,
in that sense, I'd probably lean Castle getting more minutes, but I'm just curious to kind of see how, it's only been 4 games, so these numbers that we're using for field goal percentage and 3-point and all that,
right.
they'll change over time. But so we'll just have to monitor how. So I think that's really just Castle's only weakness towards that starting spot is, I mean, last year he was pretty obviously pedestrian in those numbers as well. He just had a lot of volume and a lot of minutes, so I'd like them to see Harper get some more development so that rest of the season, Spurs could be a playoff team at this point if they keep this up.
I mean, they're obviously undefeated this year, so
Yeah.
they're looking great. I mean, you got a guy like Wimby. I mean, you know, he tends to.
Yeah.
I worry about his longevity. That's kind of my thing with Wimby is towards the end of the season. That's when he gets hurt. He got hurt past 2 seasons that way. So I do. That's why I'm like, I think they're gonna get Fox back, work him in, and then he'll be the guy. He'll be the guy up until probably playoffs, and then, obviously Wimby's gonna get his numbers, but like Fox is gonna be huge for them.
Yeah. And I'd honestly rather see Wemby closer to like 30 minutes a game rather than,
Yeah.
mid 30s. Because, like you said, he just hasn't proven that he's been able to play those types of games, long games, especially in the playoffs. So I'd like to
No.
see them develop Harper so that they can use him as a 6-7 guy
Yeah.
in the playoffs and right before that if they make the playoffs. I think that would be their best bet for a winning season standpoint rather than a fantasy season.
Right. Right. And it's just fascinating to think about, like, guys like Vassell and Johnson. Like, I don't see. I mean, their fantasy value is going to go way down, I think. Well, maybe not Vassell. Vassell's shooting is I think 40% right now, so he's good. That's just guys like Johnson, and I think they're going to become kind of fantasy irrelevant almost.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, maybe a stream here and there, but, them, Harrison Barnes, even I'm kind of surprised because Olynyk's not even back yet that,
No.
and Cornette's been hurt a little bit as well. So their rotation still isn't really developed at this point, and they're playing well together so far. I mean, they've played some kind of bad teams, but still stacking up wins is helpful.
Yeah, no, they're getting themselves into a point where they can. I mean, it's still really early, but they can kind of coast it a little bit. They're hoping to kind of keep Wimby healthy.
Yeah, I mean, what a good problem to have with Fox coming back and two super young
crazy.
guards. Like they're stacked for the future with those 3 guys. Wemby.
They're insane. I mean, that I didn't understand what they were doing when they gave Fox the contract, or maybe they just weren't sure what Castle was going to develop into. They'd rather have like a safe bet, and then they can move him.
Yeah.
But we'll have to see. We'll have to see what Fox does when he comes back. I mean, he's always been he's like the clutchest player. He wins clutch player of the year like every year. So, I think he'll be huge. Do you think he's worth trying to trade for right now before he gets back and starts rolling?
I mean, I would, if depending on what you have to give up for him. If it's kind of somebody doesn't want to wait on him for whatever. I mean, it's so early that I'm sure they'll be willing to wait 2, maybe 3 weeks or whatever it is. But if you're giving them a guy that's playing hot right now and looks like he's getting a lot of time to start the year, I'd at least consider it. I mean, now I need to go look and see who hasn't.
Well, yeah,
sent
right,
out some offers, but
So guys like let's try to think guys that are pretty hot right now, like Trey Jones and maybe Keyshawn George. These guys, I wonder. Let's take Keyshawn George, who's just all over the place right now, and he's playing
Hmm.
great. Do you move him, or do you like his potential long term, or do that kind of level of guy where he's playing really good right now, and he may to the eye test look good, but he's still young. He may simmer down.
Yeah, I mean, I would still prefer Fox, I think, over guys, at least younger guys like George. Maybe not as much of a proven guy yet. I mean,
Yeah,
he's I guess currently the number two option on the Wizards. I'd say maybe behind Sar.
yeah, for sure. I think
Um,
even though they like to
but
force feed those vets over there.
yeah, true. So I mean, it's just hard to know with what Washington's going to do. So obviously, you want to ride the hot hand with George for now, but
Hmm.
I think if you can sell him for a proven player like Fox, even though he's hurt right now, I mean, he's going to be back soon enough to where if you're willing to ride out a week or two of no Fox, I think long term that's probably your better play. So I'm always kind of looking for those deals, either the buy low, sell high. It's like I want to sell high if I can on a player like George,
Yeah,
but
for sure.
also you got to factor in what the rest of the season looks like. And I mean, George could play 30 minutes a night and keep doing what he's doing. I don't think it's as sustainable as we'd like it to be.
Yeah, I just bring him up because I think like if I don't own him, but if I did, I would certainly be looking at him and some younger guys playing well right now,
Hmm.
to kind of push on to somebody and make them think like, wow, this guy's pretty good, and like
Yeah,
he's averaging nearly a double double, 20 points and 10 rebounds and like 4 or 5 assists or something like that right now, and like a block and a steal. I mean, that looks really good, and
yeah.
so you kind of push him on to somebody that's holding Fox, and Fox is going to play for another 2 or 3 weeks.
Hmm.
So, you know, you may be able to take advantage of somebody, especially if they're losing. If they lose
Yeah,
the first couple weeks, then you're really thinking like, I can
yeah.
push this guy on him, knowing
Hmm.
that I can wait till later to make up for whatever Fox is not giving you right now.
Right. Yeah, and I would look at that, and I'd probably look at maybe a 2 for 2 situation where you're giving them maybe two guys that you want to sell high, or
Mm,
two younger guys that are producing at relatively equal levels, and put Fox in there, and then put one guy that's maybe a little bit lower than the guys that you have now, but you're willing to take a little bit of hit there to get Fox. That
yeah.
maybe these guys cool off and they're just streamers at that point, and
Yep.
you move on from one of them, so it's kind of a gain at that point.
Right. Right. So moving along, is there a team out there that's kind of been impressing you early in the season?
Um, Impressing. I mean, I think like we
Or
talked about, I mean, the 76ers so far, they're 4-0, and they've got, I guess they beat the Celtics, so that's more of a quality win, but and then 4-0 for them, I did not see that coming.
I didn't see it coming, especially Embiid on minute restrictions, and he's frustrated with everything
Yeah.
going on there. And I'm shocked at what they're doing. But their lineup, I mean, that lineup of like Maxi, VJ, Oubre, Bona, and whoever they want to put it, Quentin Grimes, I think is kind of
Yeah.
what they've been doing.
Yeah.
I mean, they are insane. They can't miss when they're on the floor.
Yeah.
I love that lineup, and they play fast. And VJ is playing awesome. I mean, he's off to a hot start, and rookies can do that. And
Hmm.
sometimes they'll kind of simmer down. I imagine he'll probably simmer down. I mean, maybe not. Who knows? But the season's long, so it'll
Yeah.
wear on some guys. And so I just that four of like Maxi, VJ, Oubre, Grimes.
Hmm.
You can't go wrong with those guys. And Joel looks really bad. I
Oh
mean,
God. Yeah. He's. I think he's done. To be honest, I don't. He
yeah,
can't even. He can't jump. Like he's just
no,
out there. I mean, we'll talk more about him a little bit later of
right.
why I think that might be, but he's. Yeah, you're right. I don't. He does not look good, and I think they should probably rest him. Obviously, I don't think they're going to be able to trade him, but
I think they're going to trade him. They'd be able to trade him over guys like Paul George.
yeah, I mean, George still isn't back yet, which that'll shake up the rotations a little bit whenever that is. But I mean, like you said, if they've found a lineup that's working for them, McCain will be back probably next week or the week after, and he just adds more shooting. So
Yeah,
I mean, I don't expect them to keep up the pace that they have so far, but if they're playing to their strength, which is fast and shooting a lot of threes, and you know they have a lot of streaky shooters, and they're if even two or three of them are hitting, then you could have results like this that it'll be start becoming less surprising. I don't think Embiid is part of that equation to where he almost hinders them from doing that style play, and he's shooting more threes, I think, than he ever has. And that's kind of the only strength in his game right now is spacing the floor. And even that, it's not like I think he's shooting 37 from three right now. So that's above his career number, but it's, I mean, good, not great.
But even with him shooting more, he's not shooting that much more, like
Yeah.
one or two more a game. But like it looks good. I've been really impressed with Maxey. I mean, point guard number 2 right now
Yeah.
overall. I mean, he is averaging almost 60 fantasy points a game.
Yeah.
I mean, that's insane. He's playing like, I mean, 37 a game and 37 and 8. I mean, that's insane right now.
Yeah. I mean, he's playing out of his mind, which honestly makes you bummed that we didn't get him in the second round, right?
Yeah, I should have snagged him, man. Yeah, and good for whoever picked up VJ.
Yeah, off the wire.
Yeah, off the wire. Nobody drafted him.
Should have taken him over Ace Bailey, but I'm dumb.
Yeah. Well, I think I've dropped like half my players at this point.
Yeah,
it just happens, I guess.
Yeah, the last 5 picks of our draft are just all gone. That's
yeah,
okay.
right. I mean, VJ is getting 42 fantasy points a game, and shooting guard number 2 right now overall.
Yeah,
I don't see a world where any fantasy manager is moving him for anything. And if he's for some reason available in your roster, you got to pick him up easily.
Oh yeah, he's definitely worth rostering. If I owned him in any league, I'd honestly be looking to sell him unless it was a dynasty league because I don't see him keeping up the shooting. I mean, looking at his, and we'll talk about him later as well.
Yeah, that's
surprisingly,
true, yeah.
But his numbers, they're not sustainable to me. Even if the volume is there, I just don't see it. It'll level out a little bit to where he's still going to be, usable for sure. Somebody you want to keep, but if you can get a Fox or somebody like that, that's going to average probably more than him the rest of the year. You just got to wait for it a little bit. Then I think I'm in on that.
Right. A team that I'd like to shift over to, who I don't know exactly where to put any of these guys other than one, and luckily he's on my team, but it's the Houston Rockets. I mean, they came out played Oklahoma City 2 overtimes, game 1, maybe game of the year. I mean, already night 1. I don't know. I mean, other than Alperen Sengun, is anybody impressing you on this roster? I mean, even Amen Thompson. I mean, he's not playing up to. The problem with Amen for me is the guy just can't shoot. Still can't shoot.
Yeah.
At all.
They haven't figured out their identity yet, and you can kind of tell the way they're playing. I mean, you saw a little bit in the first game how it looked like they were just trying things. Like let's let Amen bring the ball up. Let's let Şengün bring it up. Oh, Shepard's in now, and he's getting cooked by Shea. Like they're trying to figure out who's going to be their probably core 5 or 6 guys. It looks like, and I don't think they have that figured out. And I want to say poor Kevin Durant, but at the same time, I'm like, he brings this on himself everywhere he goes. It's like the only team obviously Thunder forever, but since he left the Thunder, besides the Warriors for those couple years, and he was just so dominant in that period. I feel like since he left them, he hasn't had enough time at any of his stops to really establish what their system is. There's new players every year.
Absolutely. It's basically that he went from Oklahoma City, who built around him.
Yeah.
Then he moves on to the Warriors, who were already a built dynasty, and he just plugs into an already built system, and his skill set just fit that so well. And anybody can fit around Curry and Draymond and Clay. Those 3 guys are awesome. I mean, they all do their thing to the max, and KD just slips right in. And ever since then, he can't go anywhere to where they can build around him, because all the stops that he goes to are like these super team type. He goes to Brooklyn with Kyrie and James Harden, and then he leaves and goes to the Phoenix where they have Booker and Beal.
Hmm.
There's no team building going on anyway. And now he
Yeah.
goes to Houston, who yes they have young players, so they can kind of build, but this is as close to a system that was already there that he's being plugged into.
Yeah.
Um, just a different role, and I don't know that KD at this age can be the ball handling like type player right now. I don't know.
I think he can. I don't, obviously not to the level that he was.
Yeah.
I don't think that's what they want to do. It doesn't
Right.
seem like, at least so far, which if they're going to be successful, I think they've got to choose one or the other and stick to it, which, obviously they're going to have some growing pains the first couple weeks of the year and figure that out with the new players they have. They didn't really change much from last year this year, other than obviously Jalen Green and Kevin Durant swap, and then Van Vliet being out. I mean, their benches are more or less the same, minus a couple players. But
Yeah.
so I don't know. I need to see more of how they play together, but it really just seems like they're struggling to figure out
The one
who
thing
they
about
are currently.
the one thing that I would be hopeful as a Kevin Durant owner if I had him, um, is that eventually he'll get to the point where he's like, I'm I'm done. Like I'm done with this. Like, oh, we're gonna share the ball. Let's get this guy involved. Let's get this guy involved. And eventually, he's just gonna be like, fine, I'll do it. And he'll
Yeah,
just take his because he does that. He did it in Phoenix. I mean, Booker does it too. I mean, but that's just a whole situation.
yeah,
But he'll do it. He'll just be like, all right, it's over. I'm just gonna score because
yeah,
you're just not gonna get like game one where you get into the fourth quarter and two overtimes and he shoots the ball three times. I mean, you're
yeah.
just never gonna do that again.
No, you
No,
can't have that either. I mean,
no,
obviously they've got some players that can contribute in those moments, but by and large, that's what you brought him in for, and that's why he's there. And I
for
think
sure.
as much as good as Amen Thompson might be moving forward, I'm not building my team around him this year. I'm
No,
saying, hey, we brought in Kevin Durant, we have Şengün. Those are our two guys. Let's let them figure out what they need to do. And Amen was so good in a supporting role last year. He wasn't the one or the two last year, and they played great.
right?
And only Kevin Durant's only better than Jalen Green.
Yeah,
So
oh yeah. But I mean, I don't know. He can develop. Obviously, he's still super young, but he has got to be able to shoot the basketball.
yeah,
It's insane. Career 20% 3-point shooter. In
man,
this year,
20 flat.
yeah, 20.9.
Oh my gosh.
And it's just not. I don't understand what he's doing, and I don't know if this is maybe they didn't update this. He's 0% from three this year. And I don't know. I feel like he hit something, but that's what it's showing on fantasy data. Is
You're
that
not looking at my max prep stats from high school.
not from high school? No, no,
Oh,
not
okay.
yours. Not.
Looks pretty
um,
similar.
it's just crazy. It's just like, and it's not that. It's not that he last year he would brick shots, and I was like, okay, well, I'm not expecting him to be a 40% 3-point shooter this year. But I watch him in two or three games this so far, and he is bricking shots again off the backboard, like banking it, and like it just looks horrible. It looks horrible. He cannot shoot the basketball. And that's just
Yeah.
going to kill his offensive potential. And this year, he's really not bringing. I was like, okay, well, if his offense is not that good, his defense will be there because that's just
Hmm.
what he's known for. And he's not doing that either. He's like averaging less than a steal and less than a block a game.
Yeah, which is it's got to be over one minimum.
Yeah,
And I mean, just shoot like 35 from three. That's all we're asking. You don't even have to be 40, but just I mean,
at his
33
best.
is kind of a baseline,
Yeah,
barely usable, right?
yeah,
So 35 would be fantastic, but especially at the volume that he's going to play at, they're going to need him to shoot. It's not going to go in.
right. I mean, it's just yeah, it's just they're gonna the people teams are sagging off of him already.
Yeah,
Luckily, he's so athletic that he can take that and get you. He's averaging 13 a game this year, so like he's gonna be able to score a little bit. He just needs his. I mean, for fantasy managers, he needs his defense to he needs to provide defensive stats.
yeah,
That he's just not, and he's just not right now.
yeah. I think as they figure things out the next couple weeks, they'll obviously they're not a terrible team. They're 1-2 so far, but they played Oklahoma City really well, really close. So I mean, you could easily flip that one. So I still expect them to compete for a playoff spot and probably better than the play-in, but maybe bottom like 6 or 7 or something.
Yeah.
But they just got to figure out who they're going to be this year and kind of stick to that. And I think we've also seen Reed Shepard just not really the answer, unfortunately.
Nah, he's just not. He's not a. He doesn't look like an NBA player, and he's certainly can't stop anybody on defense, and he's not doing anything on offense that makes up for that. So it's like, it's just he's just not. He's
Yeah.
not the answer. They put all their chips in the Van Vliet basket, and it
Yeah.
cracked. So
And rightfully so. I mean, I always
yeah,
loved Van Vliet as a player, and he just brings such a stable presence that that's exactly what they needed, and probably why they had such a good run last year. Because I think that's the type of player that they're missing this year. Clearly,
yeah, for sure. I see them making a move at some point for somebody. I don't
yeah,
know who they give up because I mean you probably have to move on from Jabari Smith or Tari Eason.
yeah,
Those two guys, I mean, they're the only tradable guys. I mean, you're not trading Thompson, you're not trading Sengun, you're not trading Durant, obviously, and
yeah,
nobody wants Reed Shepard. So unless you find somebody desperate for a backup center, then
yeah.
maybe you can move Capella or Adams, but I don't see that happening
No,
either.
I think you're right. It's probably got to be Smith, or I could see Eason probably being the most likely. But I mean,
Yeah,
they seem to really like him there. He hasn't played particularly well until the last game. He made like 5 threes in the first half, and like
why?
just make like 2 per half. That's fine. Just spread it out. But they
He's
were kind of
shooting
in a blowout. So
shooting 50% from three this year. So
yeah, which most of it's from the last game because he started
yeah,
off really slow. But I think he was like 5 of 8 or something last game.
yeah, yeah, something like that. But yeah, kind of interesting team. I don't know what they're gonna do as far as that goes. And if you're a owner of Alperen Sengun, which I am,
Yes, you
I'm
are.
I'm I'm happy about that. I'm happy
Yeah,
about that. I think they're gonna keep going through him,
yeah,
and he plays a type of game that I'm not worried about injury, and I'm not worried about knock on wood. His usage is gonna be fine. Because it's just type of low impact player that he is as far as physically.
yeah.
So
No,
I'm
I would be pretty confident with him moving forward.
yeah no and if you're out there needing a center, I would definitely look at him. I don't know what fantasy manager wants to move on from him, but if you can put a package together, that's pretty good.
Yeah, you have to give up a good amount for now, but maybe in a week or two, if he's stabilized a little bit, then might be able to snag him.
Yeah, something like that. Kind of moving on to the next segment. This is one that's going to be a recurring one. I think we'd probably do it
Yes.
every week. Called Ballers and Fallers. Which one would you rather? Which one do you want to start with? You want to start with the Fallers or the Ballers?
Oh, well, obviously on this show we talk about winners first.
Okay, all right.
That's why we went with the Sixers. Never thought I would say that this year.
No, I did not either. So we each picked three guys to kind of look at and that we were impressed by. I guess I'll let you share yours first.
You want me to just go one at a time?
Yeah, we can go one at a time. That's
Okay. All right. So Wembanyama is all my 3. So I'll just start with
fine. Yeah,
no.
1, 2, 3.
Man, he's so close to a quadruple double with blocks some game. It's gonna
That's
happen.
nuts.
Can't
Man.
wait.
Nuts.
But no, I'll start with one. Let's see. That one was yours. I'll start with Reed Shepard 2.0 or
Oh,
senior, whichever you want to call it. Austin Reeves.
oh, the for Pokemon fan, the evolutionized
Exactly, yeah.
Reed
The third
Shepherd.
tier of Reed Shepard. But man, I mean, obviously he's benefited so much from LeBron and now Luka being out, but
Yeah,
he's still just cooking right now. My
he's
gosh.
he's fantasy producing. He's the fourth best fantasy producer right now.
Jeez, man. I mean, I feel like I could not talk about him, even though I'm not counting on it being sustainable. But I mean, he's playing 38 minutes a game. What is he averaging points wise? 35.8 points per game,
Yeah,
7
yeah,
rebounds, 8.5 assists. Like he's almost averaging a 35-point triple double. That's insane for a
yeah,
guard and for. I mean, he's shooting the lights out right now.
yeah. Shooting 43%, 57 from the field.
Yeah, I mean
I,
that's if he can keep that up in any sense of that, like any of those numbers, career highs
yeah.
for sure.
The only thing that he's down on this year. I guess over projection is blocks and turnovers, but turnovers is just because you don't have. He's not a stereotypical point guard, and you don't have Luka. So
Yeah,
like, he has the ball in his hand every possession. So it's just
right.
turnovers are going to happen.
Yeah, which I'm totally okay with that. I mean, it's like what one and a half more turnovers a game, maybe two. So
Yeah,
that's totally acceptable when you're the main ball handler and you're shooting 19 times a game and
no,
half of those are 3-pointer. Like, I mean, he's their best option right now, so I don't really blame them for letting him run the show. And I think he's still continuing to prove to me that he's better than I've suspected that he is. I mean, watching him 2-3 years ago, I was like, I don't know. I mean, obviously as a third option, fourth option, maybe, but he seems to fit pretty well with LeBron looking at last year, and then this year haven't really had much sample size with Luka, but
yeah. I mean, even with Luka, he had 57 fantasy points. He had 41. Well, no, wait. Well, sorry, 47.8. It was
yeah,
26, 5, and 9. So like,
yeah. I mean, that's fantastic.
that's great with Luka. With Luka on the floor. So like, usage will go down whenever those two guys come back. I mean, obviously
Yeah,
it's just how it works. But even then, I think they trust him and they like see LeBron and they see Luka and they know the wear and tear that they're both going to have on their bodies and they're going to push him forward.
yeah, yeah. I mean, really, the only thing, obviously, usage is going to drop, but if we think about his career numbers versus what he's at now,
Yeah,
he still averages 13 shots a game, career wise, and that's with other players there. So he's not going to, maybe 5 or 6 shots less, so his points will drop, but his assists will probably stay closer to 5, maybe 6.
yeah.
So I mean, I would still roll with him as long as you can, and if you really wanted to sell him high for somebody, you could probably get some pretty good value right now. But I mean, it's just pretty incredible what he's doing, and probably
I
have
would,
another week of it.
man. I'm not moving him. I mean, I'm not moving him for anything. Like I said, he's the fourth
Yeah,
highest producing guy. I mean, the only way I'm thinking about moving him is if Luka comes back and really hurts his fantasy value. But
hmm
like I said, I mean, he gets 47.8 the first week or first game, and then 52.2.
yeah,
I think both of those were with Luka,
yeah.
and then so like I don't see why you would even want to think about moving him.
No, not until LeBron's back, which who knows if that's going to be
But will LeBron
November,
even
like they say,
care?
or Christmas. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
I'm got to be pretty pleased if you snagged him in the 5th round or whatever.
have you watched? Did you watch any of those games? The first game?
No, I
When
didn't.
they pan over to LeBron at one point, and like Lucas scores this basket or something, and they pan over to LeBron, and the announcer goes like, "Oh my gosh, LeBron's so hype," and LeBron is literally sitting there staring at the floor, blank face. It's like this guy doesn't look like he wants to be
No.
involved at all. He just wants to go home, go to the game, pick up a check, and go home.
Yeah, which I mean, fair play.
Yeah,
Sounds good to me. If I can't even get out of my chair with my sciatica, then
yeah,
yeah,
he's gonna go still sit on the bench. It's like
yeah,
it's got to be the worst place for you. But anyway, yeah. I mean, he's killing it to start the season.
yeah. Well, let's go to your first guy.
Well, I picked a bunch of young guys. Well, I guess one of mine is not quite as young as the others, but he's impressive. But anyway, I'll start with somebody who I did not expect to come out and play the way he did. I'm gonna go with Cedric Coward
Oh, that's why I wore the hat.
from Memphis. Yeah, he's playing in Memphis right now. He is absolutely, he does everything for them right now, and he's coming out playing great. And for a team that has no identity, really, I mean, Jaren Jackson Jr., they look lost out there. They just are playing
Yeah,
iso ball. You finally have kind of a connector piece that they can give the ball to and make plays on the wing.
hmm
And he's taking advantage of it. I mean, he's up on every single stat, and the only one I don't even know, like the only one that I see that he's down on is turnovers, but like
yeah.
0.3. I think they just projected that he wasn't going to play at all.
Well, that's
So,
exactly right.
yeah.
So, to
So,
full disclosure, all the stats in there that are green,
yeah.
I pulled from his college stats just to kind of give a benchmark. Which
There
even
you
then,
go.
he didn't play a lot in college because he was hurt.
Right.
But just across the board, clearly he's way up.
The thing that really impresses me the most about him is in college he didn't shoot the ball. He just didn't shoot the ball that much.
hmm
And his shooting has been lights out this year.
Yeah, I mean, he's shooting almost 70% from the
Yeah,
field.
70%. It's just been great.
Yeah,
So I just have been very impressed by what he's
yeah.
doing.
Well, and
See,
it's all in 23 minutes too. Like they
yeah,
haven't committed to putting him out there as a starter yet, which I feel like
they
clearly they
have to.
should.
I
Yeah.
mean, they have to commit. I don't know why they're not committing to the Wells Cedric Howard lineup. I
Well,
mean,
they just got to trade for Mohamed Gay, and then they'll have three Wazoo players, and they're starting Clay Thompson, and they're all
yeah,
set.
just do it all. Just bring back the Washington State
That'd be
Cougars.
sweet. Yeah. But no, he's going to get more run, I think. And if you can grab him now for cheap, I would do that. I mean,
Oh, for
pretty
sure.
pretty clearly,
I
which,
think I saw he's rostered in like 23% of leagues, which got to go up at this point. But like
yeah,
on
it should go
ESPN,
up. I think he's rostered in our league too,
yeah, he is.
but
Unfortunately,
I don't see, I see him as a more sustainable player. I mean, he's averaging 36 and a half fantasy points, which may be a little bit high, but
yeah,
I mean, he's, like I said, only playing 23.3 minutes a game.
yeah,
He's shooting 8 times a game, albeit at a high percentage. But I mean, his career percentage in college was 60%. So
yeah,
he's a good shooter.
yeah.
He knows how to score, and
It's
he's
just his
only going
volume
to get the
wasn't
line
high.
more. Yeah,
Yeah, it's just his volume wasn't very. That was the whole thing, is that his volume wasn't high in college. So like they were nervous about like, well, if he gets into the league, like it, is asked to shoot more. Is that going to lessen his thing? It's turning out it's not. So
yeah. I
it's
mean,
fine.
I get the argument, but at the same time, I'm like, I mean,
Yeah,
you got to imagine it's going to be similar. It's not like he's all of a sudden going to forget how to shoot.
right, right. And maybe they thought that he was a little bit on the older side. He's 22. I don't know. It's
Yeah,
ridiculous, but like that kind
shoot,
of may factor
I'm
in
30.
things.
I'm ancient.
Right. Yeah, NBA years.
Yeah,
It's crazy. Um,
yeah.
yeah.
No,
So
I'm
that's
excited for him. I think it's a good fit for what they need right now. I just wish that they'd sell out more for him, but
yeah.
hopefully in the next couple weeks he'll really earn that starting spot.
I think he will. I think he'll be undoubted. He'll be undeniable. I think at some point.
Yeah, maybe they're just too cowardly right now.
Gotta be.
All right, we just lost one of our 4 viewers. Sorry.
We can't keep losing these guys.
I know we're gonna be out of them by next week. All right,
All
I'll move
right.
on to my
Yeah.
second guy. And again, not a name I thought I'd have on this list, but Julius Randle.
Yeah, he's playing pretty well. I'm impressed by his I guess efficiency over anything.
Yeah, and that's what's mostly up. You know, he's shooting almost 57%, which for him is 10% higher than his career.
Mm-hmm. It'll
Taking
come.
one extra shot is going to come down for
Yeah.
sure. But at the same time, his rebounds are down, so he's doing it slightly more assists, better shooting, a couple more 3 pointers a game, uh, and less turnovers. So he's not turning the ball, which I don't know if that's due to less usage necessarily. I don't have
Well,
the percentage on that, but
I'm interested to see what happens going forward with Ant out. Like,
yeah,
is his efficiency going to stay the same, or his turnovers going to go up or down? And I don't know. Like, that's kind
yeah,
of because he career averages 3 turnovers a game. So
hmm
like, is that going to go up because he's now the number one guy? I can only predict that would be the case because
yeah. I would think
yeah,
so. So I don't know if he's as sustainable as Reeves is, but I do
no,
see like I kind of expected a bounce back, and I only got to draft him in one league, but you know where he was going was seemed like a pretty good value in
oh
70s or
yeah, I
60s
mean
maybe.
7, 8 rounds, 7, 8. I mean you can't go wrong with 44 fantasy points. I mean 45 fantasy points a game.
Yeah,
I mean you're not going to get much more value than that.
yeah. So I feel like he'll probably stabilize somewhere around 40 most
Yeah,
likely if his efficiency drops, but his volume stays elevated, especially with Ant out for 2 weeks.
right.
Um,
Um, but yeah, I think as long as he stays the way he is, I would sell high on him. Especially when you hear
Really?
that Ant's coming back, I'm selling him pretty high. I think because I think Ant coming back will only bring him down, and also he's just career wise not gonna 45 fantasy points a game. I don't know, like
Yeah, that was
he'll
like his best year in New York. So
yeah he'll dip down a little bit, but
yeah.
yeah, but
Well, I target somebody around 40 then if you
Oh,
think
for
somebody
sure.
will exceed that. Maybe, I don't know if a Fox would be applicable there or somebody like that.
Yeah, you could package it up and see. You can get Randall and somebody else and package them for Fox and some who knows who. But
Yeah.
depending on what that other fantasy manager likes and doesn't like or whatever. But
Yeah.
yeah, moving on to my next guy, we kind of touched on him earlier, was VJ Edgecombe. So he, I've been very impressed with his athleticism was what he was known for.
Yeah.
But you come into the NBA and the NBA athleticism is different than college athleticism, so I was cautious about that, and
Yeah.
I was nervous about his shooting. But he has passed with flying colors on both of those things.
Yeah. So far, for sure.
So far,
I
yeah,
mean,
yeah,
at the same time, though, his college shooting was 44% from the field,
yeah.
but he was 34 from three. So that's probably why they had their concerns was as a guard scorer, 44 and 34 is not super
No,
impressive. But he's shooting 47 from the field, and he's shooting
43.
43 from three. So
No,
clearly he's doing fine.
all right, right.
Uh,
I mean,
so if it
20.
comes back a little bit, it's not going
Yeah,
to kill you. Um, Hopefully he
I
just keeps shooting more threes than twos.
I think a lot of people just assumed that he was, I mean, naturally going to be a two. But how do him and Maxi play with each other? I just didn't. I
Yeah.
wouldn't, especially me. That's what I would think. Like, how were they going to play with each other? And turns out they fit perfectly together. I
Turns
mean,
out they just outrun everyone.
they
So
just outrun everybody. They really
doesn't
do. I mean,
matter.
it is fun to watch them because they move at such a fast pace, and it is beneficial to everybody unless Embiid's on the floor. And
Yeah.
when the Embiid's on the floor, it just slows everything to like molasses. It's horrible to watch.
Yeah.
And so I don't know what they're gonna do with that because they need to do something. Just because otherwise he's going to throw a fit, and then you're going to get even less than you would get now. So,
Yeah. I'd like to
but
see them get maybe a faster moving center that stretches the floor and just run with them. And
yeah,
they don't really have that. I like Bona a lot, but he's not really that type of player. So that'd be a pretty good fit if they could find somebody like that.
right, right. Do you want to hit on your last baller here?
Oh yeah, my oldie, my golden oldie,
Ah,
Mr. Drew Holiday.
oh man,
Who would have thought?
never.
All the youth in Portland, they changed
Wow.
their franchise. They bring back a different oldie that we all know and love in Lillard, and yet maybe one of the best offseason signings so far
Yeah,
is Drew Holiday. I
for
mean,
sure.
he went to Boston and was a good contributor, but nothing special, at least not what he contributed in Milwaukee. And is he going to revive his season or his career here in Portland for until, I mean, who knows when Scoot's coming back? It's
Yeah,
kind of TBD.
I think he starts over Scoot anyway. He still stays where he's at.
Yeah, I mean, and Shaden Sharp
He's not
still
playing
can't
well.
figure out
Yeah,
where the basket is. He's just throwing up bricks.
it's terrible. I was so high on Shaden Sharp,
I know,
and,
me too.
he just you took him, didn't you?
Yeah,
And
too high.
yeah, he just is not. He's not cutting it. I don't know what they're gonna do. I don't know if it's.
Yeah,
I I think he's just falling into the Billy Shaden Sharp is the I'm more athletic than everybody else, and I'm gonna rely on that kind of thing, and it
yeah.
just shows that it just doesn't translate.
Yeah, and unfortunately, he had Anthony Simons to look up to. So I'm wondering how much that played into his play style. But,
Yeah, a lot.
you know, I mean, it's encouraging, though, from Drew. He's shooting 48%. He's taking 14 shots a game, which is probably his
Yeah.
highest in at least 5 years, but certainly higher than he was projected 10 shots a game. I mean, everything else across the board is up a little bit. Nothing too crazy other than assists because they're running everything through him right now because, again, Shaden Sharp just can't shoot.
Yeah,
So he's kind of what they got right now to work with.
yeah, for sure.
So,
You want to move on to the fallers? Kind of want to.
yeah,
We
let's
can
do
do
it.
that. I got one, and I can't believe he's on my followers list. I was high on him. Well, I guess before we get to him, we'll touch on Joel. Joel, because we kind of already touched on him.
Yeah.
This whole podcast really, it's just been bad. He's just like I said, he's just so slow and he's not efficient, and but he's getting to the line a bunch, so he's going to give you production, rebounds, and that kind of thing. But overall, he's just
Ugh.
down on minutes, and he's starting to be. The thing is, he's starting to get really frustrated. He's getting in the media talking about
Yeah.
how I don't know why I'm even playing if I'm not going to play. If I'm only going to play like 3-4 minutes, each, whatever.
Well, he's got to move while he's out there. He just looks like he's sitting on the chair out there at the 3-point line, putting them
Yeah,
up.
it's just it blows my mind that 2 years ago this guy was MVP,
Yeah.
and you have a couple like he had the knee injuries. I get that, but like he's just what a fall.
Yeah, I think we need to put him in the fall in section.
Yeah,
He may have already hit the bottom here.
he's
It's
he's
pretty
it.
rough.
Yeah, but I don't know. Maybe if they start giving him minutes, I mean, he's worth holding on to. I don't think he's worth dropping or trading or anything like that. But
Yeah, I mean, you'd have to find somebody that's really optimistic that he's going to turn it around, which maybe there's someone out there, but it's not going to be me, unfortunately.
no,
I
um,
don't see them playing well with him on the floor, and maybe he'll improve his numbers slightly if he plays some more minutes, but playing 21, 22 minutes a night, it's not the most rosterable.
no, he's not. And unless they up the minutes, I don't think he's rosterable at all.
Yeah.
But now that was a pretty quick one. We can talk about my guy I was going to talk about, which is Desmond Bain. I don't
Yeah.
know exactly what I listen. I listen to this guy Matt Moore from he's a Locked On
Yeah.
podcast host. Uh, he swears there's something in the water in in Orlando
Really.
that just makes people unable to shoot the basketball. Because KCP goes there, who's a career 40% 3-point shooter and shoots in the 20s.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, well, KCP's old or whatever. Then they go trade for Bain, who is also career 40% 3-point shooter,
Yeah.
awesome, and he's shooting 27% from three. It's like,
Yeah, that's insane. I mean, he
there's,
legit 40.9 career three
yeah,
point,
exactly. And
shooting 27.
I just don't understand what it is about Orlando and their offense that makes people just not be able to shoot the ball. Maybe it's that they don't trust Paolo's efficiency, so they just like lock on to shooters and they're like, you will not leave this guy ever.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
but
I mean, it's either that or ever since Dwight Howard was there, the rims are actually 12 feet high and you can't find it. I don't know. One
you
of the
know
two.
they haven't been. I think I heard a stat like they haven't been in the upper half of offensive efficiency since Dwight Howard left, which
It's the
is like
curse. It's a
wild.
curse.
Yeah, it's insane what's
Yeah.
going on there with him in particular. And I thought he would, even if they were like we're gonna stay on shooters.
Hmm.
He's a good movement shooter and off the dribble shooter. I thought maybe
Oh,
he'd be
yeah.
able to do something with that and create off the dribble. But even then, he can't. He's not doing it.
Yeah. Which, I mean, I'm not, I wouldn't say I'm like panicked by any means.
No.
I'm worried, but I'm also, I was kind of down on him in the draft anyways, just value wise. I mean, I still love to have him on my team, but I just wasn't going to take him in the 30s or,
Yeah.
wherever he was going. So
Yep.
I think he gets that 3-pointer to go even just 1, 2 more a game,
Yep.
get it up to 35, closer to the 40 that he usually shoots. And his value is going to be there. Not what it was last year, but more appropriate value for him. So he might be a good buy low candidate if you're willing to find somebody that you can part with on your team for about what he's averaging now at 27, 28 fantasy points. That wouldn't be too
Yeah.
hard.
Yeah. After last game, I think he's up to 30. So
Okay. So, which, is definitely not bad. It's just
no.
he's usually about 40. So you'd like
Yeah.
to see some improvement there. But I mean, looking at his numbers, it's really just the 3-point shooting and the assists, which are down, which we kind of figured would be with moving to Orlando.
I honestly thought maybe his assists would be up because he's going to take over more of a point guard role, but I thought maybe he could. It was
Mm.
Suggs. Suggs is more the point guard than he is, but Suggs
Yeah.
being hurt a little bit, and Anthony Black not really progressing, I think, the way that they would like him to. I thought maybe he would be able to step into a more of a point guard leadership role, but he's not. But
Yeah.
but nonetheless, you got your first faller.
Yeah, and I'm really hurting over here. My lower back's hurting because
Yeah.
Jacob Bertel is just
Oh, Jakob
absolutely
Bertel.
he's destroying me in every league. I took him, I think, in every league I'm in, which is a lot, and I'm hurting.
Yeah, and I understand. I thought that he would be better than he was. He's doing
Yeah.
right now. It's just he's getting the minutes, and that's kind of what I'm kind of looking at as far as like what is the average in minutes wise?
Well, he's actually
30.
down. He's down to
Oh,
23,
23
but
minutes a game. Oh, my bad.
part of that's because his back flared up in the last game. So I'm not as concerned about the minutes as much as he's not doing anything while he's
Yeah.
out there. Like obviously the last game weighs everything down slightly, but he's not shooting the ball. And when he was shooting the ball, he was missing little jump hooks in the lane and short shots. Like not obviously not jump shots, but he just wasn't putting the ball in the basket. He's not getting rebounds. He's
Yeah.
getting no blocks.
Yeah, that's the thing is he's not blocking shots,
Yeah.
and that's kind of where I would imagine that and rebounding. I thought were where his value
Yeah.
was going to be, but I think he just doesn't fit with Scotty Barnes, and I don't think any big fits with Scotty Barnes other than a shooter. If you can get like a Miles Turner or like somebody like that, that's the kind of fit you would need with Scotty Barnes because he doesn't shoot. He
Yeah.
just sits under the rim all game long, and so the Mavs just played him, so we just watched him play. He
Yeah.
he just camps under there, and what big can play with that?
Yeah. I know he's also obviously his back probably was an issue before this last game to where
Yeah,
he's limited. So obviously we had no idea of knowing that. But
for sure.
after dealing with him last year too, with a bum ankle for a good chunk of the year, it's hard to. At the same time, I don't want to get rid of him because he has that capability of 15 and 10 and a blocker, steal or two, and pretty efficient guy. So he's just got to get healthy. So hopefully they figure out what's going on with his back, and I'm
Yeah,
okay if he sits out for a couple weeks just to get right.
right,
But
right.
been tough to watch taking him around pick 60 or so.
I, yeah, I think if he in the next few weeks, maybe a week, if he's not up, I mean, 17 points, fantasy points a game, you can find
Oh
that
yeah,
anywhere.
yeah,
I'd almost drop him for Kalkbrenner from Charlotte, who's not rostered anywhere. I mean, he's in like the 20% rostered.
yeah.
I mean, I don't know. There's just guys out there that I think would you can get more value for. But
Yeah, definitely. Currently, I'm just gonna
yeah,
IR stash him for now and pick up somebody like that. But love to see more from him. Hopefully, in the next month when he's back.
yeah, yeah, for sure. My last faller because I lumped the two together in the first one. Is Modest Buzelis. I was high on him. I thought maybe he would step into a number one option for Chicago,
Yeah,
especially with Kobe White out. I thought he'd really be pretty good, and he has just not been. He's just not producing on any facet of the game, really. I mean, he's just
yeah,
not. I don't know if it's because defenses are honing in on him because he is the number one guy. I don't know, but it has not been good.
yeah. It's tough. I wanted to buy into the hype in the off season because he had a pretty good following of people that were like, oh, breakout candidate. Here we go.
Yeah,
Which I mean, you could see why. Like, there's definitely opportunity there, but their I guess their coach missed all of that because he's not used them like that.
no,
He's like, okay, like pretty much word for word or stat for stat. You look down the list, it's like, okay, yeah, he's actually meeting his projections in
yeah,
pretty much everything across the board. Minutes, shooting, shooting percentages, like right on the fence on everything.
right.
And so it's like, yeah, I see people were really high on him, higher than where he was supposed to go,
Yeah.
but he's kind of doing what he was supposed to do. It's just that it's not what we all wanted.
Yeah, that's right. I think that's where the disappointment is that everybody
Yeah.
did expect him to take a step, and ESPN did not think he was going to take a step, and maybe they know obviously more than we do. So, I
That's the
think the
first
big
time.
one, yeah, right. I think the big issue with him is that 16% from three is not going to
Yeah.
cut it. I mean, I don't think he stays there. It's only his second year, so like it's who knows, but he shot 36% last year. So I imagine that that'll get up to 30s, mid
Yeah.
30s. So once that goes up, I think because he's averaging more points this year than he did last year. It's
Hmm.
just it's just not coming together as far as any other. He's just not producing rebounds. He's not getting assists. He's a scorer or nothing kind of guy right now, and he's not scoring. So
Yeah. Well, he's his free throws are up, so that's encouraging.
yeah,
But if he can keep that elevated and, like you said, get his 3-pointers from 16 to, I think his career he's 32,
hmm
30. I just want to be for sure. 32's not great either. No, 35. Okay.
yeah,
If he gets it to 35, which is respectable at a higher volume than what he's shooting, he's going to be going above what ESPN said he was supposed to be, which is useful.
yeah.
But at least at this current spot, definitely a disappointment to what people were looking for. I mean, he's very similar to Cam Whitmore, except he's getting a little bit more usage.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I think Cam Whitmore is more of a flyer, kind of like
Yeah,
he didn't find a role. He wasn't they had so many wings in Houston, so like you ship him off to Washington, and you're like, wow, he's in a new spot. He's going to get all this opportunity, and it turns
yeah,
out that he's not better than the wings in Washington, which is sad. So it's like at
yeah,
some point you're quitting on him, and I think I'm there for that one, but
yeah. What did they pay him? Like 70 million or something
something
like that.
crazy, yeah,
Like,
something,
geez.
yeah.
Okay.
All right, on to your last two guys. Or
Just
what
oh
are we
yeah,
at time?
I'll start with one. Brandon Miller. He's hurt, so that's hard
Yeah,
to. I was debating taking him off just because of the injury, but at the same time, before he got injured, it wasn't really looking great.
no,
And another guy that I think we were both kind of
I
higher
was
on
pretty
him,
high
and
on him.
a lot of people across the board, I think, were, you know, ready to take him before I was, clearly.
Yeah,
But his shooting's down pretty bad, and that's before the shoulder injury, which who knows how long he's going to be out. They call it a left shoulder subluxation,
I don't even know what
which
that is.
it just means a partial dislocation of the shoulder, which I'm like, just say that. But
Yeah,
which who
these
knows if
doctors.
that's affected his, ligaments and
Yeah,
how it operates. So that's no good. But
I mean, he's only played 2 games, and even then,
yeah.
the first game he played well, 25-7 and one block, one steal.
Mm,
But even that game, I clicked over to it just to check it out, and he was having the wrist issue that he had last year. He was having
mm,
wrist issues again during that game. You thought it was taped up, and the
yeah.
announcers had brought it up. The fact that he's kind of like playing with it and messing with it and stuff, and like
Mm,
so that's worrisome. And then he hurts his shoulder, so it's like, ah, man, I think it's the same shoulder,
yeah.
same wrist. So it's like I don't know what's going on there. He's not. Is he a lefty?
No, he's not a lefty.
So it's his left shoulder, I believe, right?
Yeah, it's his left shoulder.
So I don't
Not
know
really sure what he's must be doing something in the off
yeah,
season or something. It's just
something.
I don't know. Yeah, it sucks because I think he was really poised for a pretty good breakout year,
Yeah,
but probably be out for I'd say at least a month, if not longer. But
yeah.
we'll see. I mean, how many? I know you haven't played in the NBA games this year, but how many rebounds do you have?
For me,
Yeah,
more the same as him.
yeah, same as him exactly. Yeah, 0 rebounds
Yeah,
in 2 games. I'm like, you're what?
yeah. Like, oh man, you
For
can't have
somebody,
one
yeah,
fall to you.
just give me one rebound. Like,
Yeah,
come on.
I mean, to his credit, I don't know. He played 30 minutes the first game, so I can't imagine that he doesn't get a rebound there. But then he plays 9 the second, so he's played 39 minutes both games, and so maybe that, but still, I don't know.
Yeah,
That's
I mean,
ridiculous.
come on, man. Steph
Yeah,
Curry's getting rebounds. You can get some rebounds,
yeah, yeah. That's bad.
but we'll see. Hopefully, he comes back and he's back to what he should be.
So you got one more guy on your list, I think.
Yeah, and I saved him for last because it pains me. It
Sad.
pains me. I'm sure it pains you even more. As
I can't believe, honestly, I can't believe you put him on our list.
I know,
I
I had to.
disagree.
I'm trying to inspire him to figure it out, and he's figuring it out. To his credit, he's doing what he's supposed to be doing for the most part. He's out there, he's shooting, and it's Cooper Flag. I don't
Yeah.
think we said his name yet,
No,
but
we didn't. Yeah.
he's getting the minutes that we're hoping for. 32 a game. We'd like to see a little bit more, maybe, but 32's fine. Shooting 12.5 shots, so 13 shots a game. It's just not falling as much as we'd like it to, which we knew there's going to be some growing pains in learning the NBA game and, getting the shots that he wants. But 38% from the field is not going to cut it, and 27 from three is also a little bit lower than we'd like. So
yeah, he's got to get the shooting the 3-point shot. The problem with Flag is he's in a interesting spot with the team he's in because they don't have a point guard, and they do, but they're not playing him. So it's like, okay, so you have this 6'9" guy that's never played point guard a day in his life. Even in high school, he had NBA level point guards on his team in high school. So like he's not playing point guard ever, and then you're like, yeah, NBA level, let's shove the ball in his hands. And it's like, okay, you did it with Giannis, that's great, but like, even Giannis doesn't play point guard, and he doesn't even do it now. He's best with getting the ball in the half court and going off of that. Because I'd love to see, I don't know what his numbers are right now. A lot of his threes have been off the dribble, step into it from transition, or you're coming around a screen and shooting it off the dribble. I'd love to see his catch and shoot is not bad. I can almost guarantee it's not bad.
No, and I do think he's shown that he can create his own shot, which is what you want to see most. Like the percentages will kind of rise and fall as they will, but I think as he settles in, he'll quickly climb back up where he should be.
Right.
But I think we kind of anticipated him starting off a little bit slower, and it's just encouraging that they're trying to use him in those ways. And his blocks are really low, I think, because he's kind of in that higher usage on the offense. He's not having to play as hard on the defensive side, but I'd like to see that.
He's chasing around point guards on defense, which is also not what he's known for. It's like this team, and I don't blame them, and I don't blame Jason Kidd for what they're doing because they don't have options. It's just as simple as that. And so it's just what can they do? They have to play. They have to hope this guy between him and PJ and I guess now D'Angelo Russell, they're playing him more. Like what?
Yeah.
What options do they have? And,
they didn't want to play Russell, and then their other point guard Williams got arrested at the airport, so they can't really do it without a point guard.
Man, I'll never understand. Just like you're going to the airport and you're gonna bring pot with you. Like what are you doing? That's like, oh, let me just carry my gun through it. Like, no problem. I'm an NBA player.
I think he thought that they weren't getting paid, so maybe there was going to be no people there to check him or something. I don't know.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I just could not believe it. But anyway, back to Flag. The promising thing about him is that he's in 3 games. It's 24 fantasy points, 35, 36, and then he's out. He gets hurt in the beginning of the last game. It's OKC. Hardenstein pulls his shoulder, hurts his shoulder, and he's not supposed to be out tonight. And so he's supposed to be just like a stinger thing and no problems. So hopefully that's the case.
Man, you sure that wasn't Olynyk out there?
Something, yeah, maybe. Yeah, Olynyk known for pulling shoulders out of sockets.
Yeah.
So hopefully that fantasy point average 26.2 is a little bit skewed because of that.
Yeah, and it'll go up. I'm pretty confident it'll go up. I just think relative to where we had him drafted and expected, he's definitely falling. But I think he's probably the most likely on that list to rise up.
No, I believe so. I love it. I hope so for the Mavericks' sake. God, I hope so.
Yeah.
They look like
if they don't figure it out on that end, I've got 2 nuggets, but the first nugget that you might be interested in. Guess which point guard is available
in our league?
No, just like in the NBA to be signed.
I don't know. A lot, I imagine.
Well, it's our friend Spencer Dinwiddie.
Oh no!
Waived by the Charlotte Hornets last week. I forgot to bring it up, but
thank the Lord that the Mavericks do not have any roster space. Like they don't have any roster space and they don't have any money.
Yeah, which is perfect because he needs neither of those.
Oh boy, he doesn't need to come to the Mavs.
No, yeah.
I'm done.
I just wanted to hear your reaction mostly.
I honestly can't believe that the Hornets cut him.
I know. Sign and cut like a month later. Like, come on. I mean, now you're rolling out Kyle Sexton or not Kyle, Colin
Yeah,
Sexton,
Colin.
and yeah,
LaMelo.
it's rough. It's rough in Charlotte as per usual.
LaMelo, who gets 101, 102 fantasy points a couple days ago. And then last night, I'm watching him, and the guy just played horrible. It's just like the LaMelo experiences that he's
Yeah,
just. I don't know. I don't see any team that wants him outside of this Hornets
yeah,
team.
yeah. I mean, he's entertaining some games, but other games you're just like, man, is this guy still in the G League? What's going on
Yeah,
here? Is that Mac
he's shooting.
McClung?
Everybody's like, well, he's shooting. Oh, that step back, one-legged, 3-point, whatever thing he shoots is like, oh, but it's okay because it's Lamelo, and that's just
Yeah,
like what he does. He just does that. And it's like
yeah,
I think everybody's listening to that Hornets announcer who just hypes up them like crazy.
yeah.
And
Like man, I did that one time in high school and I got benched.
for 4 games,
No, just permanently. I never.
this
came
just
back.
never got back in. Yeah, it's a mess watching him. But
Yeah. Well, in my
well,
last
yeah.
fun, just to circle back to, I don't know, a couple episodes ago, but I did the research. I'm pleased to inform you that after March 1st, Jeremy Grant, the last 4 years, has
Hmm.
played. I'm going to give you an over under. He has played over or under 40 games in the last 4 years after March 1st.
Oh, well, I've had him on my fantasy team every year, so I'm gonna say under.
The under would be correct. He has
Yeah.
played 22 games
Oh my
in
god.
4 years, which is about 5 per year after
Yeah.
March 1st, which is obviously the All-Star break's like 2 weeks before that. So not,
Not
the
great.
winning time, getting to the playoffs. He's like, nah, I'm good. I got
He
my 40
doesn't care.
mil.
That guy doesn't. Yeah, that guy does not care about anything but the money.
Yeah.
Um, he's playing pretty well this year, but get this guy who is supposed to be like this do it all, whatever wing, is averaging 2 rebounds and 1 assist and 1 steal.
Hey,
Like,
that's a
oh
lot.
boy.
Brandon Miller could never, so
No, couldn't have. Yeah, Brandon Miller averaging 0, but that's crazy. But anyway, yeah, no, that kind of I think that kind of wraps up our podcast today. I think we gave a good list of players to look out for and ones to
yep.
kind of avoid. And please, as always, please like, subscribe,
Or
follow,
scribe. You can
all the
scribe too.
subscribe. You can subscribe, send us a letter,
Absolutely.
carrier pigeon. It does not matter. We'll answer everything. And we hope to see y'all back next week.
Yeah, looking forward to it. We'll be back with some more ballers and followers of the next week, and
Yep.
maybe have another segment pop up or two. But hopefully everybody's enjoying what we're doing so far.
No, I know I am, so it's good.
Yeah, that's all that matters.
Exactly. All right, y'all have a good one.